Hello. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, evening, whatever time zone world you all are. It's your Blue Archive Gacha Whale Beginner Artist Proclaimed and your boy Tosan Yu. Welcome to the Blue Archive stream. For today I will be playing here, or like streaming here, the mobile tactical RPG Blue Archive. So something with military, so like guns, we have like youth, we have anime girls, and there is like a story in this game, and I'm like here at like volume 6 chapter 3. That's like the latest update, so of like a game that is like 4 or 5 years or so. So if you're new here and just wanted to say hello, you know, you can be from here. But if you are like part of the target audience of like, yeah, I'm this far, or I've already read that, then you're welcome to like stay here and like see my reaction and like me reading that out loud. I'm not sure like how long this is, maybe like under 12 episodes, since here like if chapter 1 and chapter 2 we have like about 12 episodes. So I think this will be like on the shorter side. The third chapter is like called Ecclesia for those who don't disappear. So, and this says like a new outlook. Chapter 3. Subaru is becoming something new. I will become of the Arius squad. So, the question is like, for me, you know, all the Arius lore of a sudden got like added here and there in this volume. And it's like a Arius centered one, it's like for sure, but it came like out of nowhere because, you know, with like Beatrice, the biggest like source of like knowledge about Arius is like guns, so all that's left is like, okay, we have the Arius squad and like Sensei was there, maybe Trinity. What can we do with that? And they did something, but it's still like, yeah, I think like still undercooked somewhat, you know, because Isaku-san had like the idea, like, yeah, let's delete her, you know. Such a good character, such a good villain, and then wiped out. But yeah, let's see what's like going on here. Last chapter, or like last episode, was like that those angels appeared or so. And they couldn't like defeat it, even if there were like 2 or so, like the squad. So like those Arius students A and B were like, hey, come here, we here's like a secret tunnel, you can like go in there, like a byway, and you can reach Subaru right via that. And then they went like down there and met like Subaru. On the way, Atsuko and like Maya felt something. Maya like sadness, and like for Atsuko it's like some pressure or something like that. And gotta like see what she has to say. Let's go in episode 1, chapter 3. What? Network connection unstable? No, just ignore that. Let's go in. No loading. There's a no loadings. No! What the hell? Everything worked! Before the stream. Ah! Okay. I'm gonna close Blue Archive and then... yeah. Okay, scuff. Scuff. This can't happen when you stream. If I do like a recording, nothing happens, but this is like what you tune in. Okay, I can't go smooth sailing. I have like some water here in case my voice do get exhausted, but until then, you know, I will hold your hand and navigate you. And also be like yapping in a, like the thumbnail has like something about holding hand. Oh, Hasukashi, that's so dirty. In my say so game, with like anime girls, but I think like this. Yeah. It's like good enough. But yeah, regarding like the writing style of Blue Archive, or like general writing of like Blue Archive on its own, I have been very critical, you know. It does not really respect your time. And it has like a lot of like monologues also. Okay, I'm using that via LD player, and they have like a lot of like ads in terms of like AI slop. So hope you you have like at least like a kind of outlook on like, yeah, this kind of what I can expect if I like, subscribe to like I'm gonna use like LD player. It's like one of the ways to finance themselves also, like that they show like ads, even like those that include AI slop. But yeah. Well, AI slop doesn't really takes effort, you know? But when you want to put ads somewhere, you have to like pay something. You know? It's like displayed there for days, weeks, maybe months, you know? And because it's so obviously recognizable for like the trained eye, for weeps, for otakus, you know? For gamers, I think I would say as well, who like played games. A lot of like thoughts on art direction like Hollow Knight or like Inner Lily. We like the atmosphere of like Resident Evil, you know, like that 3D looking games. You know, I think, yeah, it's like them losing money. While it's not really effort and they do save time and like blood and sweat, they lose money. And let's say like, yeah, money can always earn back, you know, time and blood and sweat not really, but if you get something without effort, you know, it doesn't really feel that rewarding. Must like say. I really appreciate like games that put like their power into like this kind of effort, you know. Like when even making cute and funny takes effort, you know. And it's something special, you know. You read through that. Or like stories or like games, whatever medium in general, you know. There was like someone who like wanted to convey, spread like something to the world, a word, a message, maybe just something, hey, they did something nice, come look at it, you know. Then yeah, regarding this one, I'm not really like optimistic, but you know, let's give it a look, you know. It just takes my time, so let's go. Or our own hatred. It's kind of like it's a callback to like hatred that is not our own, you know. Like this episode where you fight like against Hieronymus with your own students. So see somewhere else, not lie on the ground. I have to say, I'm surprised. I didn't expect you to come all the way to Potter Passes. It's my solemn duty to fetch runaway students. Me? A runaway? You know, some people might not like what that implies. My home is right here, in Arius. How can I be a runaway when I've never left home? A student is refusing to come to school. I had to come. We've never asked you to teach us in the first place. What is a student exactly? Someone who goes to school and studies, right? You can't be a student without studying too! You mean, without studying, according to your methods and teachings, right? Arius will study according to Arius' methods and teachings. Or are you trying to force Trinity's way of life and studying onto Arius? You look affronted as if to say, I never said anything like that. Yeah, it's this kind of writing stuff. But yeah, since I never actually mentioned that. But she could have guessed. From like with the remedial knights being here. Maybe not in so many words, however. I can understand these things now, for whatever reason. Ah yeah, because she read the scriptures as well, and then maybe she got like possessed and then yeah. To clean my nose. At least I can see what's happening inside Arius and around us. To begin with, I'm not even fond of the name Arius Satellite School. Satellite implies that we are a subsidiary to another entity. So pub quiz time, Sensei. I wonder what answer you'll come up with. Tell me something. Flashbacks, Volume 3, and then like the Red Sky incident. About the day when he set foot in Arius for the first time in centuries. Yeah, this scene here. The day Misonomika, Beatrice, and the squad decided to change their fates on a whim. Yes, they changed their fates at the cost of every other Arius student's free will. Why is it that you so meticulously cared for Misonomika and the squads, while you neglect the Arius students who remained here? That's... I immediately flashed back to a conversation I had that day. I'm sorry to say this, but Sensei, we are formally requesting that you step away from the Arius Satellite School issue. Tea Party Member A. Yes, this particular matter is one of Trinity's doings, so it must be Trinity's responsibility as well. Truly, we're deeply ashamed to have had you clean up our mess. As the acting representative of the faction, and as the acting representative of the Sanctus faction, I would like to sincerely apologize. Mika is still the official representative of the other faction, but she will naturally need to step down from her position for an undetermined amount of time. As you well know, we must resume her halted hearing. Saya did participate in the recent Arius operation. She has not fully recovered and will need to rest for some time. Considering these circumstances, this collective stance of the Pater and Sanctus faction as of now. Nagisa's Sirius faction might hold a different opinion, but Tea Party decisions are made by majority vote. Especially on matters this critical to the Academy, no single faction can ignore the majority opinion of the others. So please, Sensei, trust in us to resolve our own issue. We only ask that you give us a little more time. Naturally, your presence would be a welcome one. This entire process would surely move along more quickly, efficiently, and justly. But how will we students ever grow? Feel like adults do the difficult work for us? I see. What? Something shook like in the background, or like the background shook. Don't be so surprised. When you're listening, I have a rough understanding of anything that happens to Arius. But you're quite naive, Sensei. Or maybe too trusting. Your trust in Trinity's upper ranks was misplaced. So yeah, Sensei had a flashback, and then Subaru, when he got like woke up to reality or so, need to like check the log. And Subaru was like, ah, I see, you know, while Sensei was like thinking. Maybe she read something or she could like mind read. I'm not sure. Why you neglect Arius students roommate here? Sensei like called back, maybe was like away for a few seconds, then ah, I see, yeah. And then she talked about the exam representative, so kind of like implying she did like read the mind, or like had like a hunch on like what he was thinking. But the hunch was like way too specific, so might be like something like mind reading, specific like to that. They wasted no time filling the hall when the actual leaders couldn't serve. Do you really think they could have done that so quickly, with all Ch.3's red tape, without any political backing? No matter how much they try to deny it, Ch.3's upper ranks are still a den of vipers. Fine. If that's how it was, then your responsibility could be minimal, maybe even non-existent. But that changes nothing. It doesn't change the fact that Arius hasn't taken a single step out of our rotting pit of hell since that day. You should be more careful, Sensei. In your current position, if a student with malice really wants to deceive you, you'd hardly be able to escape that trap. There's this thing I figure. Sometime. And some Arius students finally gathered all their courage and managed to step out into the world, only to return even more damaged. When they couldn't find anywhere to fit in, or when they couldn't endure their judgmental glares anymore. Fell into despair, saying they'd go back to the only life they knew. I'll reread it. I mean, it's kind of like Scribe's Maya. When they realized there was nowhere else in the world Arius students belonged. If Arius had not been exiled from Trinity, what kind of lives could we have lived? Do you ever think about that too, Sensei? Or have you been too busy with other schools to spare even a thought for Arius? Yeah! Actually, yeah. After Volume F, there was Valkyrie with SRT, then there was Yako, there was Abydos, there was Decagrammaton, but it's kind of like, you can kind of argue in what timeline does like the Decagrammaton case play. Like, must be like something after Volume F, you know? But it's like hard to like fit it in somewhere. Because they were like fighting Gabara, they were like fighting new, you know, Decagrammaton gods, kind of. But the timeline's kind of messy. I don't know like if any kind of gamer has like made one. But they're like those story summaries sometimes on Reddit, on the Blue Archive, Reddit also. Hitting the nail on set. The present structure. A structure built upon the foundation of the past. No present exists, independent of what became before. Some say this hatred is not ours to bear. Yeah. But I must say I disagree with them. The Arius of today is still paying the consequence of our part. That alone binds us to Arius in every way possible. You talk of studying. What makes someone a student? Going to school and studying? Look around. This right here is my response. Porta passes and everything recorded here. That is what we should study. That's a student's duty, right? To study. And kudos to me. I came here to fulfill that duty. And if you try to say this is a study, then I can't help but wonder if our educator would discriminate against and deny ways of learning. Unapprove. The sins of one generation are inherited by the next. It is not something to be argued. It is a simple truth. How can one seek to reap the benefits of that past while attempting to disregard its sins? If you intend to reject the sins of your past, you must also reject everything else to do with that past. The knowledge, wisdom, legacy, material wealth, and every right and authority exercised today. To claim the things that benefit you, while denying the sins common to attain them. From Arius' perspective, it's nothing but nauseating hypocrisy. Now, well, some countries in the past, some nations did like also sins. But the thing is, like, people from back then did that, and like not the present people. They'd like argue that they are not at fault. But if they never be like, yeah, I'm sorry, then on behalf of like what we did in the past, something like that. So, I mean, it's like a step, but it's like not really like solving, but yeah. I mean, like some colonizers have had like those kind of things going on. And then they kill people, and yeah, I mean, there's nothing to forgive in that regard. I see no sins in what you did. However, you should then allow Arius to live as we do. Just as Ch.3 has its way, so does Arius. Surely you see how unfair it'd be to accept one, but not the other. We don't fit in. Life outside may look enticing, but there's no place for Arius in that world. Just ask the many Arius students who returned because they couldn't adapt to it. I took those students in and showed them a path forward. The Arius way. We don't need exams or studying. The way we've always lived. At this point, there's only one thing I need from you. Leave Arius, quietly, and take the squad with you. That's all you have to do, and I won't let anyone harm any of you. The Angels of Revelation. Just leave that to us, you can take my word for it. I can handle the trumpeting angels at the very least. Trumpeting angels? You pick up on that name quickly, you? You do live up to your name, Sensei, when it comes to your students. You don't miss a beat. In that case, I trust you also understand what I meant when I said I'd live in Arius' way. Alright, the exit is this way. The squad's lingering behind. You can head right out along this path too. Along this path. And please don't ever come back here again. Thanks for everything until now, all of you. See you. The Arius way, you said. Sari comes in here. Sorry. Do you still have something left to say? I'll hear you out. If you're thinking of using this as pretext to come back to Arius, you're only making trouble for both sides. I have no final words left for you. Just a question. It's about this Arius way you keep talking about. What lies ahead of it? To be continued. You know, you open up a question and then don't elaborate it further unless you like continue to the next episode. So if following this Arius way, you know, is there anything rewarding that comes afterwards? Last episode, chapter. What lies ahead of it? since we've already started talking about the past, let's go a little further down memory lane. They say clinch into old memories as a sign of age and decline. Are you already that far gone? Maybe so. I've been feeling a little dullard lately. Though it's a bit rude to be speaking this way in front of Sensei. But I gain a lot in exchange. It reminds me of an old story. Do you remember the one about the harsh drill instructor and the kind centurion? Of course. They're breaking essential archetypes in running any organization. But you're not about to claim you were the kind centurion, are you? Hardly. By any measure, I was the harsh instructor. If anyone was the kind centurion, it was you. People can only live the way they know how. Right, not that any of it matters anymore, but the squad members were each handpicked for their own reason. As their leader, I received the worst end of the stick in terms of training. In the end, I continued that cycle. I turned around and treated others exactly how I'd been treated. Looking back, I truly was a fool. Are you still beating yourself up about stuff like that? Honestly, I never thought I'd be the one comforting you here. People really do live exactly how they know. I used to think the same. Before I left Arius, that was. New top 10 one. That's all. What are you saying now? It's not everybody, but people's lifestyles still generally tend to affect their way of thinking, which in turn pushes them further into that lifestyle. So from the perspective, your view isn't wrong. There are other options. People can think and live the way they choose. That is the most important thing I've learned since leaving. But you'll get to the point. I know everything you're feeling right now. I felt the same way in your position. Your guided lost students, gave them reason to live again. It slowly gave you the motivation to keep on pushing. But tell me, what are you pushing towards? What is at the end of your Arius way? Yeah, teenagers usually do decisions, choices in the moment, in the heat of the moment. Like looking at the short term. I need to save her, I need to save them. It's the right thing to do, but what's the end of that? Like the long run. The bigger picture. We both know the answer to that. You'll be left with just hatred and rage. There's nothing else. It's meaningless. Nothing remains. It's the inevitable end of that path. Had I stayed in Arius, had I never experienced more of the world. If I had never met Sensei, I would be standing exactly where you are. I'd still be playing the harsh instructor, denying everything beyond what I'd been taught. I would still be harboring what I thought was all hatred in my heart. And now you're coming back to say that our way of life was wrong all along? No. There's no right or wrong when it comes to these things. I still believe that. We wanted you to study outside world a little bit, to broaden your horizons a little. Can help, sometimes, and make whatever decision you want. Perspectives aren't as set in stone as they seem. If people who know nothing, like those Trinity girls, as you put it, said something like this, it probably sounds like the empty battle of other optimists, full of pretense and hypocrisy. But at the very least, I think the squad and I have earned the right to speak on this subject, if only a little. We've all rode around in the same gutter after all. I never liked reckless optimists either. To be honest, I hated them with everything I had. They're the type to avert their eyes from all the horrific things happening in this world. Not knowing anything, they preach their beliefs and force them down your throat. But not all of them are like that. Actually. It was like looking at the student. A student must never kneel to a teacher. Force you have another chance. If you don't, I make one. Not like sensei's quotes. It's like a dead end. With background. Despite knowing horrible things happen in this world. And even while accepting that, sometimes this world can be cruel and ugly. OBG of like that flower that grew out like of the cement ground. There are still people who never waver and never give up. I don't know about you, but saying something like that, it convinced me through and through. It's a phrase people don't use as much anymore. But the phrase, in spite of everything, has grown on me. Oh, so you're just so wise now. I'd hardly start praying about my life if I were you. The moment you leave Arius, you'll be back to being a fugitive, always running away from the possibility of arrest. Yeah, you're right. So I'm going to stop now. Huh? What? The four of us have discussed it already. As she has like a smile on her. Arius squad. Here with her. Yeah, what she said.
Whatever you say, Sari. I don't even need to try to read your mind. You're too predictable.
Sorry, Sensei. I meant to tell you when the time was right, but it never worked out. That's not what matters. Are you really planning on turning yourselves in? Yeah, they are like bowing or like nodding. Yes. Once it's all over, that's what we intend to do. More than anything, I'm tired. I've had enough of this. I've been living in the shadows for too long. I've never been able to stand proudly under the open sky. I wonder what the punishment will like be, you know? Maybe 10 years? I don't know. But when they're adults by then. And it was never really stated what like happens like if you get too old. But they're like people like Kokuriko, you know? Who was like cuddling the Koji, she looks like an adult woman now. I'm not really sure. Also, I don't know like what about Gematria, you know? They were like, yeah, if you use this Reddit card too much, you become like one of us, you know? But the mystic, you know, is like a little bit unexplainable, but it's like interesting. Did you forget? You're all terrorists. What you did was clearly an act of terrorism, carried out of malice. Are you seriously trying to tell me you don't know what kind of sentence you'll get? We know, but it's okay too. We'd rather have it that way. I need to pay the price for what I've done. I'm done running away from my past. Don't worry, the remaining Arius students will be fine. I tend to say I was the mastermind instigator. And to be honest, that's true, to an extent. I'm sure you too. What actually are you saying to me, Jumaisari? What? It was like something red. Tsuba's eyes are like empty. I asked what you're saying to me right now.
Actually, don't answer. I don't even need to try to read your mind. You're too predictable.
Oh, she can like read minds, what?
You're going to turn yourself in? You don't want to run anymore. You want to pretend to be some goody two-shoes now? Just bury everything and pretend it never happened. Or should I regard you as some enlightened sage now? Are you looking down on your nose at us, acting as if nothing in the world matters anymore? Don't make laugh. Unless you know every single thing this world has to offer, then drop the sign and mighty act. Don't look down on Arius like it's yours. Acting like you know the very meaning of life. The way you're acting is exactly the same as those despicable Trinity brats. Don't want to hear another word out of you. Cut the bullshit. Nothing has changed. Nothing's different. Our lives are still happening right now. Look around. Do things look different? Is Arius all fixed up now? Alright. It's still all just ruins. On the inside, it's rotting even more than before. You know nothing of what we went through after Madame disappeared. How dare you try to speak with authority? All this time, none of you spared us a single thought. Not you, not the squad, not even Sensei. I was the one who kept guard over Arius, over our home. We did. Not you, not the squad. You threw away all your responsibilities and ran off to play house where you needed it the most. Simmer. I never meant to claim anything so grand. Sage? I still don't know anything. I have done anything to deserve that. I just simply...
So it looks like in the sky. It's blue. There's some clouds, but blue. The sun is like there.
After that day, I remember the first sky I ever saw was so blue. And that was also the first time I could really feel it. I thought, well, maybe the world around me has always been there. It's long, long ago. The eyes not satisfied with just sight, nor the ear fulfilled with just hearing. What has been, will be again. What has been done, will be done again. This universe, there's no such thing as new. Happiness, pain, reality, hatred, truly. Nanitas vanitatum, all is in vain.
Flashback. Ah, yeah. And back to the reality.
I just felt for the first time that the rest of my life was too precious to waste. Dare you speak like that? You betrayed us, abandoned us. Don't you ever say that again.
I don't really need to see her inner monologue to think what she's like thinking.
If your lives are so very precious, what about us here, Arius?
You know, I think this works better as a manga.
How about me who stayed to protect the nest, for the sake of those who remained and would return? You can't just make the past disappear! Ch.3. Past never just vanishes. It clings on. It proves the present. This is part of passes. The entire history of the Arius Satellite School converges within this place within me. In the end, the most important thing in this world is yourself. When you die, your world dies with you. If that's so, then each person's way of life is their very breath of existence, of their world. No one will take responsibility for your life, or live it in your place. This is why I stripped out away from the students, so that no matter what happens, they can go on living, unafraid.
My eyes are empty again. Okay. Looking back to Madame. Beatrice.
Mother was wrong for what she did. That's the honest truth. But not everything she left behind was wrong. Nothing happens without meaning. Events gain meaning simply by happening. So there can be no such thing as meaningless suffering. So, if there's no meaningless suffering, there can be no such thing as meaningless past. Is anyone else getting a little weirded out right now? Oh, she goes back between like her world and like reality. Turns into an angel. Sensei, get behind us! Death revelation. You pushed her too far, leader. I wasn't trying to provoke her. I really wasn't. Yes, we can discuss it later, Sachan. I'm not gonna read sounds like a handful. Mouthful. Right now. When the 7 angels sound the trumpets, those who destroy the earth and those who are false, and those who take thy name in vain, the time of destruction will finally come. But if we defy fate, when fate takes a physical form, we can fight it. We can violate it. We can beg it. Yeah, fuck life, you know, basically. Okay, when the pain of life takes form. Of like kind of beautiful girl, yeah. Or when like harshness. When truth is like a cruel mistress, then the lie must be a nice girl. When this takes form, oh gosh. Yeah, sorry. I think we need to deal with the most urgent matter at hand. To be continued. The next one's a battle. Scripted laws. But yeah, they had like a word battle. Like Subaru and Saori. Saori is like, yeah, we maybe like the words of the Trinity people are like hollow and so, but we run a horizon, we like saw the other side of the end, we did like run the same mud as you guys, so we can understand like better, so take our words consideration. And she's like still clung to the past, maybe like mercy herself into those books, you know, made her might like go you know, made her stuck to like one decision. But yeah, he turned to an angel, you know, like kind of got angry and relation, you know, so that's that. Now we go to the next episode. But the same level, the same stars. Well, let's see, we've lost against 4, we lost against 2, and now it's like 1. Let's see. Not the music. We are like here in the Hieronymus. Indoors. Oh, not much HP. We try to survive? Like we can yeah, they're stunned. They throw the thing. Cancelled my X skill. It's not much HP. Wow, it does no damage, just 1 damage. Oh gosh, HP of Sari and Misaki are 0. Kyatto. He don't do damage. He's stunning us. Yeah. Do only 1 damage. Much defense. He's a free trumpeting angel. Gah! Sorry! Fine. It's just a scratch. You have multiple scratches there. Yeah. Doesn't look that way to me, but if you say so, leader. But seriously, what do we do about this? Never thought let alone beat anything like that before. This one's on a completely different level too. Huh? A trumpet? The one you've been talking about? Yeah, that's it. Now the student D could hear it. Well, student C could hear it. C and D were like usually, yeah, we like Arius. Yeah, that's it, but the sky suddenly got really dark. It was broad daylight just a second ago. What? What's happening? That was B and D. Three. Bolts. Why is it nighttime all of a sudden? I noticed, I read in the scriptures. A third of the sun was struck at a third of the moon and a third of the stars, so that a third of them turned dark. A third of the day was without light and also a third of the night. One more. 4, 5, 6. Well, the screen's dark still. Now we are like picking apart the passes. The trumpets! It's a trumpet! That makes 6! That's weird. Why are we hearing it again? You're right, at this rate, it won't be 7 trumpets, it'd be like 14. 7? Yeah, 14. Why did I get all dark? What's going on? Stop, Sybil. What are you thinking? What happened to you? Oh, doesn't continue. Okay, now back to the angel. Revelation. Kind of obvious, but doesn't look like she can hear you, leader. There's Maya. Silvare! They forgot her 2 episodes long. Silvare! What is this? Why are you here? What do you mean? It's been here all along. Here with us. Yeah, we just ignored her for 2 episodes. Why couldn't you see her before? Why? Because you never tried looking. Isn't that right, Subaru? Or maybe now that you've become a phenomenon, we should call you the trumpeting angel. Let's go. What's going on? I was only speculating before, but now I'm certain. Don't worry. I'll explain everything from the beginning. And under these circumstances, let me make one thing very clear. Get up and ahead. Okay, let's continue. You're not the only one here. There's Arius, Subaru. To be continued. Next episode, Royal Blood. Was like a CG of like Atsuko in her chair and a row of like chessboard checkers. Or this was episode 3. So what happened is like that Subaru transformed into Angel of Revelation, and when they fought her, tried to like throw hands with her, but they lost. But Maya being here, you know, kind of like woke up a little bit. It was never really explained like how special the royal plots like actually are. Like in the end she was like used as sacrifice to like make Beatrice to like more powerful. But it seems like, hey, they have like a little more lore knowledge, you know, something like that, and yeah. Gonna like see what they're like trying to do with that concept. Royal bloods, special bloods, a special lineage. As long as you remember, I was placed on an imaginary pedestal for this one, intangible thing. To me, it meant nothing. After all, I was treated like trash all the same. The more special I was, the more restrictions I had, the more things I could speak of. Yeah, this was like a background CG in the past. It's like Sari in front. They're like all looking younger, and she's like stretching her arm out to protect them. There's Atsuza on the ground. Looks like she has been punched in the face or so. I'm like trying to recover. Atsuko's on her side. The background, like leaning on a wall, is like Misaki, and like cowering and shutting her ears like Misaki, or like younger, or like wearing like black jackets or so. So they were like in training. Thank you, Sachan. I was able to endure because of you. Yeah, Atsuko wore like a mask there, so. Then Charlie, the tower here. Thank you, Sensei. Our meeting is what finally allowed me to be myself. Then another CG. Misaki, Atsuko, Sari, and Hiyari younger. Next is there were kids like no, they're here in the slums. Misaki and Hiyari too. If not for each one of you, I would have remained a voiceless doll, a sacrifice. My entire life would have been spent as someone else's symbol. Did learning the mysteries of Arius make you feel powerful? Did your grace pass with what lies sleeping under this land and believe you were unstoppable? Too bad for you. That amount of knowledge. It was my birthright before it was even a thought in your mind. At least now, I can be certain of one thing. The Angels of Revelation were merely a phenomenon brought about by Kakashi Subaru. You weren't even aware of what you'd done at first, correct? But without realizing it, you summoned them. I hope you're not too disappointed. This isn't the trumpeting angel of the scriptures. There was a chance, however. This phenomenon could have transcended into the true 7 trumpeting angels. If only you would have been a flawless judge. Flawless judge. Like I said, you're not the only one of Arius here. You're not the sole keeper of Arius' secrets. Thus, revelation, so to speak, has been mine since long ago. I was simply forbidden to speak of it. I still am. That is what it is to carry the royal blood of Arius. Even so, I should thank you, Subaru. I can speak a bit more freely now, since you've exposed a part of it. It is rather refreshing. Do you know how suffocating it can be to be the only one in the room who knows something? So, what exactly is it, Atsuko? For us, that angel, rather that angel-shaped thing. Simply put, it's a phenomenon, a manifestation of Arius' energies and emotions. I told you a while ago, remember? The Arius speak on land when inexplicable happens. Ah. There was always something, Arius. lament, grudge, resentment, rage, resignation. This place is where all of that comes together. One way or another, Arius' leadership wants to bring about the end of the world. I'll be honest, Sensei. That's exactly it. Now that's like the flashback to like them in the classroom talking with the library committee. Any clicked child was set fire to their village just to feel the warmth of the song has nothing left to lose. The end of the world might even feel like salvation. You mean to say it could have transcended? Also said it'd be possible for a flawless judge, right? Yes. Whatever was simmering beneath the surface Arius was powerful enough to make that happen. It's just like raw emotions. Like a curse in Jujutsu Kaisen, you know. At the very least it was enough to pay some kind of result back to Trinity. They continue. If literally, Subaru had been flawless. So you're saying there was some kind of flaw? She's kind of saying, yo Subaru, you're not perfect, you're flawed, you have like mistakes in you, you're not like the Magnus Open, you suck or something like that, you know? There was. That flaw was this child. Ah! Maya? It seems you finally understand. The moment you abandoned this child, there was no longer any justification for your actions. It would have been better if you had used yourself as a medium to construct this phenomenon. Instead you chose of your own will to become the trumpeting angel. Understand, you and all those who remained Arius must have so fervently decided to play the role of judge. There was an intrinsic issue, however. A judge must be flawless. Whoever digs a hole and scoops it out falls in the pit they have made. Remember that verse, don't you? If nothing else, if only Maya had. Even if you hadn't sought out Sensei, still had potential to become a judge. Don't abandon me! It was like this event in the chapel. Be crying. Not crying. Talk no jutsu, let's go. Subaru. Let a faint voice. For me, maybe. Yari is like Otamaya. If you have something you'd like to say, you can say it, Maya. That's why we came all this way, right? Yes. Thank you, Yari. Music changing. Sorry, more hopeful. Subaru? There's something I want to tell you. For a long time now. It's okay, Subaru. I think it's okay. I definitely don't understand everything, but I think I understand you pretty well, Subaru. You, squads, everyone Arius, and you, Sensei. I really like all of you. So I don't want Arius to disappear. I just want Arius to become better at school. So what I'm trying to say is, please help me, Subaru. I really love when you play the harmonica.
To be continued. Harmonica 2 is like a CG of like a foreshadowing that like Maya will play the harmonica. They never know how to play it. Will not know how to play it, I suppose. This will like lighten up the mood. So it was like, you know, they took like the concept of like Hime, royal blood, and then like lore dumped. I know everything about Arius. So like that. Therefore I know your weakness. Something like that. You're not imperfect, you're not a flawless judge. That's like why you don't do any harm. So at the end of the world, the stakes, you know, the stake is like removed. But now it's like about saving Subaru. And saving Arius in general. So yeah. Harmonica 2. Previous episode was not Harmonica 1, it was Royal Plot, so the continuation from that. All back to that.
I thought you might have dropped this, so I picked it up. Oh, it's not because I want you to play it right this moment. I'd be asking for a bit too much, even I know that. But I would love to hear it again someday. Just like back then. I want to hear you play again.
It's not what I wanted. You mustn't look away from your responsibilities. Should have known better. She's gone.
Subaru! We have to go after her. But now she should be able to leave the Arius school ground.
Hello? What's going on? Arius students.
Sensei, the third angel just showed up. But how do you even explain this? The third one did show up, but as soon as they did, the other two disappeared. It was like the third one absorbed them. I don't know. I thought I saw someone inside the angel for a second, but it was just a split second. I know it sounds totally crazy, but I thought it looked like Subaru.
Sensei. Right, that confirms it. Thanks everyone. Call me if anything else happens.
Okay, understood.
There she is, Subaru, looking at a colorless sky. The sky I see from here is overcast, but Sari's memories just now. I see. Sorry. So this is what the sky looked like to you. The scenery in Arius always did exactly the same. And we who lived there did too. In a sediment basin, everything flows in, piles up and is forgotten. Arius was a sediment basin. Maybe not at first, but that's what it became eventually. The world abandoned Arius and then chose to forget about us. No, even that's a generous assessment. Humanity has a tendency to sweep cumbersome things under the carpet. They think no one's looking. And they stride off proudly in the direction previously unthinkable. But who remembers those who were left in the wake? Who will hold onto the memories of the forgotten? Who will leave behind a memory of those voices that can't be heard?
Alright, play your harmonica, Subaru. The harmonica.
Play my harmonica in its ruins, pretending we lost all of you.
Maybe if I grounded a little. I also...
Stop.
Since you're finally back,
Please, I beg you, just stop.
I really want to hear play.
The beginning melodies are like good. It's like fire play. But she had the melody often enough. I have to make it louder. But there you can hear it. Oh my gosh.
Do you regret it? Let's go. It's okay. We were the same. But Arius,
The things Ready has done to us.
yes. We can just let that go. In spite of that, it's a bit unfair to torture yourself to the extent of it. Do you remember this line? It is hard for you to against the gods. Let's do this together. Stop trying to shoulder everything yourself. Now, after all this time, yes, after all this time, if you're honest about it, Sensei will definitely help you. Oh, along the way, we need to take vacation to the Carrick's bureau. I count on you to take care of Arius, okay? No, I can't do that. I just can't. Arius just can't accept it. As you said, that's the kind of place this land has become. Someone needs to pay the price for what's happened to us. For the sake of everyone we've lost, we need justice. And I'm not suggesting we don't. You've become consumed in the vortex of your own thoughts. No one will get through to you like this. But we were all that way too, one. And Arius has just a thing for times like this. Pardon? Alright. Why don't we have a little talk the Arius way?
Or shooting each other?
Let's go.
Are you okay? You look as if you were praying.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just a little call. Answer.
Atsuko has like a know about the mystic and like how to interact with the Arius mystic. That's why she can hear, I suppose. You took a call?
I don't really know, but something along those lines. Something along those lines. Miss Sensei,
What?
will you help us wake up our senior? She seems to have lost her way in a dream, causing her to oversleep.
Did you?
We'll handle the Arius way, of course. What do you need from me? Just do what you've always done for us, Sensei. Maya, could I count on your hand as well, please? Yeah, copy it. Possible Sensei, I can do it.
Okay, battle. Well, she will not be really damn battle, I suppose. So they did like some emotional damage, and now they can do more damage, I suppose, with this heavy debuff of emotional damage. Let's see. Oh, die Musik. Und gar Cutscene Wallet. So I think I will debuff first before I do Sari. Oh, we have support? Well, we don't do any damage. So we have to take out the shield. That's cool. Wow. Okay. A lot of understood. Okay, now we can hurt her. The debuff is long lasting, so I will do one more Sari skill. Yeah, we do some damage. Go. Now, yeah, we the debuff is gone. Okay, she got the debuff. Okay. The debuff again. Okay, nice. Did it. Obviously, she was like pretty low, but okay. So first time we see the defeat scene of like the angel revelation. And she turns into something like, let's go. Right. This episode 6, not 5. So, there was some talk no jutsu in the mind of like Subaru. Atsuko like made a call or something like that, and then okay, we're gonna solve it the Arius way, and when they did the Arius way, they got like helped by a lot of students as well. So this was like the thing, teamwork. Talk no jutsu and like teamwork. I don't like think anything's like too special about that, you know, so far. But well, it's something. Now this might be a look in the past. Yeah. Their first time meeting. Yeah, Joma Sari. I've heard your name a lot. Especially as the leader of the Arius squad. As fellow first years, let's do our best to complete our mission together. Kagashi Subaru, was it? I've been briefed. What's this? It was the day I first met Joma Sari on a mission. Back when we were both first years. Wanted to be a cold, unapproachable peer. Should we go over the plan before we begin operation? Yeah, I finished it already. Review it. Okay. Is there a problem? Should we start reviewing the basics before we get started on any plans? You know, like the closing of strengths, weaknesses, specialties, procedures. Look, if you don't think you can keep up, go home. I can't do this alone. Ah, you're always like this. Even with the squad? No.
Not with the squads. Everyone knows their roles. You're going to try to tell me that you're being considerate right now? I am. See. So they don't get along, huh? Explain yourself, sorry. There's nothing to explain. I did what was necessary to complete this mission. To Joma-sari. Anything outside of the squad seemed irrelevant. When she had to work with anyone else, it was uncomfortable and frustrating. I was one of the few. Maybe the only person who could tolerate her. Outside the squad, or Madame. It was necessary to use me as bait and the entire artillery barrage on me? At least try to act like you have a brain. Those kind of things won't fly now that we are second years. It was the fastest way to complete the mission. Our mission's virtues are strength, victory, and swift execution. Failures are sin. So everything else is just collateral damage? Looks like we are finally communicating. That's not what I meant! Sorry. You didn't get promoted? Huh? Oh. That's just what happened. Looking back, that had likely been better intention from the beginning. And Madame, everything except the squads. No. Everything except Arius cause as Oratorio. She probably wanted to Sari as leverage in our way or another. And for some reason that made me angrier than I expected. It was how I felt every time I saw the children suffering Arius. You're not bothered? You don't want to graduate to your third year? Doesn't matter if I'm a second year or third year. And 4 more years a leader of the squad at least. There are benefits as well. Can I reread like something? So she was denied to like go to third year. Eat that. It really is all about the squad with you, Sari. Is there something wrong with that? No, nothing. Well then, I'll go ahead and enjoy being alone upper class. Best of luck to you. The Subaru is like third year, How about that? Yes? The Kohai seem to rely on you more, Subaru. Thanks. Exactly, that made me realize that I could never fill the role you've taken. I believe I fit best as instructor. So you mean I'm supposed to take care of all the students after you break them in training? You're always quick to understand my point. Thank you. No, you're missing my point entirely. Still, when I think about it, no matter the situation, Joma-sari never changed. I thought she was just incapable of it. Oh, there's sicher kyatto music. Like a comeback. So we're looking at a lot of like backgrounds of like turning from dark into daytime or so. Like when she like turned to the Angel of Revelation, the sky turned like at least like nighttime, like you know when rainbows are like collected up here. And then like shadow appear, you know. Are you awake now? Where am I? The place you called Porter Passes. So we never moved. How long was I unconscious? About 10 seconds? I see. Is it over, Sensei? I think that's my question actually. I see. So you're wondering which one I am? Think. It's over. Yes. Everything is over. In the end, I couldn't do anything. Forced my stubborn ideals down everyone's throats. And after doing all that,
She's breaking up. Silver's sobs were uneven and erect. He looked around and sat beside her. Yeah, I remember like those CG when she cried, you know. I'm gonna like imagine it looked like this. I decided to wait until her crying settled. Why aren't you saying anything? You don't know what to say? I think that's my line. It hurts, doesn't it? What was I even trying to do? You were trying to protect Arius. Look at how that worked out. It's over, Sensei. All of it was in vain. I thought I had to do something, anything. But I just tried anything I could as a result of all that effort. I did it for the children, who the world left hurt and bruised. The ones who had nowhere they belonged, and me for myself too. I didn't want to just keep drifting through life. It's all lip service in the end though. If I'd known it was going to end up like this, I probably wouldn't have done anything. No, that's not true. There's meaning behind trying your hardest. Even when this is the result. Even though my intentions weren't pure. I put on this brave front in front of all the kids, pretending I knew the way forward. So I was right, unfortunately. I had no idea which way I was going. I bragged about doing things Arius' way. At the end, they were empty words. But you learn from that experience, right? Students have the privilege of being judged on the process. Results. So I shouldn't worry about the terrible reality of being judged on the results of what I do until I'm an adult. Saying I'm a student and hiding beneath my experience isn't a good enough excuse for saying I'm a student and hiding behind my experience. Isn't a good enough excuse for having this. Well, you can read it yourself, oh gosh. It's a little bit weird that saying is like written, like the beginning of like saying is like written in like capital letters here. But yeah, whatever. As long as I hold on to that mindset, I'll be okay. But still, what's really going to change for people who are already at rock bottom? They're just going to continue living like this, disappear one day anyway. No matter how hard you polish trash, it doesn't turn to a jewel. Don't give us hope for dreams we can never reach. It's an even more pitiful existence than our current one. Preaching that things will always work out as long as we try really hard. Would be pretty irresponsible, wouldn't it? Yeah. The thing is, like, if you get support in the backing of like someone powerful, you can be successful. You get help from Trinity, you get help from Sensei. Of course you can do it on your own, which is hard. But if you get support while trying to reach your goals, then you will have a good life. Will be successful, you can reach your dream. But only if the support is like, you know, good. The support is capable. If they set in your way, for example, then yeah. There's like a case recently. It doesn't really reference that, but like big VTuber company. Tell me about that. So I can choose dialogue options, but it's basically on one dialogue. You're right. There's truth to that. Sometimes no amount of effort can turn things around. Can fail, or even make things worse. But you know, if you're really at rock bottom, the only way you can go is up. You can just stay. Or like go to the side.
Is that seriously how you're going to try? Encourage me?
Sometimes that really is all you can say though.
Sorry.
Yeah. Because we really have hit rock bottom. When they Subaru. We can't fall any lower. There's nowhere left to run. Whatever happens, we need to see it through to the end. I mean, every day was already worse anyway, so whatever.
I guess there's probably something even lower than rock bottom. That happens, we can just say we came down to check out the basement, right?
You've all returned to dummies. The entire squad. You need to adapt this kind of mindset, however, if you want to survive out there. They wouldn't have made it otherwise.
There are times when nothing else matters, except moving forward, so we just point to whatever reason we can and use it to keep going. Right, so let's all go together. Not because we think that sticking together means that everything will work out in a beautiful fairy tale. It's simply that us kids seem to be incapable of doing anything unless it's together. Isn't that right?
The squad! Oh, not the squad. It's just the kids, yeah. And Maya.
Come on, Subaru. Time to get up. Your clothes are gonna get dirty if you keep lying there.
Oh, she was lying. Okay. Oh, CG. Is Maya helping Subaru up? I don't think it's humanly possible for them to get any dirtier than this.
Well, let's try our best not to make it worse.
Oh. Look at that. Gonna wait until like the plane is like done. So Maya had no short hair. She had like really long braids, but was well hidden. Interesting. Cute. Yeah, let's do that. Hand holding. Oh, this looks nice. The sun is going up. The sky is blue. Thank you, Blue Archive. Blue Archive? I mean, I saw your archive, it's blue. Oh yeah. Okay, we are back here with the Trinity. The reunites. Nini woke up. It's free.
Captain? Captain, wow, you have no idea how worried I was.
Serena. Hanai. This place is... We are the Readalong's infirmary. How many days are left until the Trinity practice exams?
Huh? Captain, I mean that's important too, but maybe we should start with your health?
No, this absolutely takes priority. I will not allow the Readalongs to be looked down upon by other clubs or students.
Yes, Captain, understood. Yeah, right, Captain. We have some time, so let's do all we can to prepare. Everyone's okay, right?
Readalong's members? Yes! Don't know like how many are there. I only know of 3 faces. Captain, Hana, and Serena. To be continued. Next episode an attempt. Okay. Episode 7. Oh, so what happened here? Subaru had a flashback on like the good old times. Couldn't get along with Saurian, so... But... When she woke up, like Sensei, and it was like, hey, what can we do now? Like, if we try, you know, to our hardest, this wouldn't like be the right way to say. And Sensei was like, yeah, this is true, But if you have to walk bottom, the only way to go up is like upwards, you know. One was like confirming this, and hey, we Arius kids can only do things together or something like that. And that's that, you know. She found like a closing door or something. There's like some, yeah, let's say like an ending with that. Mina woke up, you know, after the hate of Arius like kind of like, you know, simmered like down. So yeah, going like further. Episode 7. Where's that? Really? A ceiling I don't recognize. Oh, really? Oh yeah, they're here.
Hello, Ch.3. I'm here for your afternoon checkup. I'm sorry, I have morning classes, so...
Morning classes, huh? Right. I guess that's how things are supposed to be.
How are you finding Readalong's infirmary?
It's nice. These are the nicest facilities I've ever seen. Honestly. Thanks to that, it looks like everyone's on the mend.
I'm starting to get restless. Can't they just discharge us already? No. Everyone, you have to stay put until Captain gives discharge approval. The moment you think you're fine, it's actually the most dangerous one, you know?
See? Just like that.
Ch.3?
Huh?
You don't hate us or anything, do you?
Why would I hate you? After everything you've done for us? When she said for everything that you've done to us, you know, Trinity in general, it could be like two-sided, you know, after everything you've done to us! Or like, hey, after everything you've done for us, you know, like the good way, like the bad way. It has like double meaning. That's what you meant.
Yes.
That day, the day the Angel's trumpets quieted, students from Gehenna's Medical Emergency Club and British Readal Knights, as well as many others, came to Arius. Well, the Readal Knights don't have like NPCs really, but the Gehenna let's have. Yeah, there was also like Millennium, so like Hibiki, Kotori, and then like Ch.3, like the training junkie, the fitness junkie, yeah. They transport us to Readal Knight's main building. We've been here ever since, getting treatment and regaining our strength. It's hard for some of the students to come to terms with the fact that Trinity and Gehenna are the ones who helped us. But of course we are not really in a position to speak openly about our feelings anymore. I need a little more time to sort out my thoughts and feelings. Sorry.
No, if anything, we should be the ones apologizing.
Well, putting that aside, again, thank you for all you've done to treat and care for us.
No, not at all.
Rather, we should be checking up on your condition. Do you fare well? Like Mina is here? I'm fine. But what about you, Mina? Please do not burn yourself in worries for me. I may be lacking in many ways, but this body still belongs to the captain of the Readal Knights. Simba was not thinking she was the captain back then. She stated so. What, you are the captain? That day. What exactly happened to you, Mina? Huh? Oh, that day. I simply protected those I saw before me. That is all. And it's a joyous thing to once again be able to stand face to face with each of you. If it passes your approval, I would like to inquire on something as well. Ch.3 for you, as someone from Arius. You see, honestly it would be a lie to say,
I felt nothing at all about this point. But now I tend to live on, even while these feelings still exist inside of me. One way or another. I don't know what will happen. Maybe those feelings will grow. Or maybe they'll settle into a dull ache. Or burn out into ashes. Come with me. I can't just stop living. I see. That firm resolve of yours is something I can learn a great deal from as well. Yes, I listen. In that case, from this moment on, we embark upon practice exams to study. Huh? Right at this very moment? Pull yourselves together, everyone. The practice exams are just around the corner. Now that your bodies and minds have recovered, devoting yourselves to your studies is exactly what a proper student should do. Remedial nights also bear the duty of focusing on relief work. But we also have an obligation to prove the worth of the remedial nights as a club academically. Don't you agree, everyone? Yes, Captain! Excellent. Then Ch.3 and everyone else, I wish you the best of luck on your exams. Oh, that's such a nice talk. Dad. Studying, huh? I still don't want to do it. I feel the same if I'm being honest. I want to give it a try. You're so full of energy. Maybe this time I'm the one who needs to learn from you. Huh? What's going on? There was a clang sound. Oh, are you students shooting at each other? That should be a way for the basics of Arius-style close quarters combat. Of course, the ideal is never to end up in close quarter combat at all, but out in the field, anything can happen. Oh, they were like performing in front of 20 students? Wow! So cool! Uh-huh, I didn't think we'd get this kind of response. Thinking Arius, if you messed up, you'd learn what you did wrong with your body? The close quarters combat prowess. Could you teach it to us? Oh, but you all don't really need to. You're the one who said it, you never know, right? Even for young ladies like us, I think we live in an age where close quarters self-defense is essential. That's right, for ladies. No, especially because you're ladies. We should protect our own bodies and teach some manners to anyone rude enough to cross us. Yes, exactly. Community going to be okay? Might have just awakened something completely ridiculous. Maybe you should propose starting a CQC research club? Great idea. And for club president and vice president, obviously it should be handled by the people with the most expertise? Yeah. Exactly, we're counting on you. Us? We couldn't take on something that important. Don't give it too much thought. We'll help you whatever we can. Everyone, another round of applause for our new president and vice president. Yeah! We look forward to working with you. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. I don't think that up like this. Okay, happy ending, okay. Well, yeah.
Ch.3?
Yeah, what is it?
Do you think it's possible? It might not be exactly how we used to. But do you think we can build a new nest for ourselves?
We have to try. What was I even trying to do? You were trying to protect your Arius. If I thought it was going to end up like this, I probably wouldn't have done anything. That's not true. Just the fact that you tried at all is enough. Sometimes things won't change, no matter how hard you try. You can fail, or even make things worse. Think about it. You've truly hit rock bottom. There's nowhere to go but up. No matter how it turns out. To be continued? I kinda think, yeah.
there's like not much to conclude the story with. So there's hatred had subsided, you know, they learn to live with Trinity, to live with the outside world, they learn how to study, be a student. It's kind of like a nothing burger. They raise like the stake of like, oh, the world can potentially end, but one flaw. Subaru was never the flawless judge, so the stake was never in the first place. Kind of like, you know, especially like Mina's character arc. They like accelerated and then threw away. But yeah, whatever. Go to episode 8. Eat time!
First of all, I would like to sincerely thank you again for your role in everything regarding these practice exams. You worked really hard too, Nagisa. No, not at all. Apologies, I should gratefully accept your words, Sensei. I've already settled the matter of where Arius students will study and take the exams. There are some old school buildings that, by Trinity's property, are currently unused. We would like to lend them to you. We have charged for the Arius students to use however they desire.
Unused school buildings. Free of charge.
Why that reaction, Sensei? Did I say something wrong again? Huh? The breadth of my generosity is so wide-ranging and a little hard to keep up with. So that's what you meant. Still, every piece only truly shines once it fulfills its intended purpose. Oh, asking if we Tea Party members are taking exams? What was it? Anything if our grades were poor, they would question whether we deserve to be in the Tea Party. But we can't say I'm both excellent students, so I'm not concerned. Huh? You can't understand when it comes to Seiya, but you're curious about Mika's grades? Sensei, when it comes to Mika, have you ever heard this phrase? While Chad has so much potential, she doesn't apply herself. You may already have noticed this yourself, but Mika's actually quite smart.
Well, she did a complot, you know. She did like a coup d'etat, of course.
It's just that she has no desire to make any use of it. If I had to guess, I suspect she simply finds it tedious to think through things the way a school wants her to. She'll do well on exams, as she always does. You do realize she never would have been chosen for the Tea Party. Her grades are poor, don't you?
You really have your hands full, Nagisa? I kinda like think this was an unnecessary question, you know, like, hey, can Mika do well for studies? It kinda seems like too dumb to me. And then, yeah. I mean, she's in Tea Party. For a reason.
Thank you for understanding. They end both back then now. The root of all problems is the long history between Trinity and Arius. Trinity and Arius share the same exact history, yet they interpret in completely different ways. History is meant to be an accurate record of events, but the people record it are fallible. So Sensei, once these exams are over, I plan to compare Trinity's record history, the history preserved in Porter passes, line by line, establish something of an archive or museum.
Will that really be okay?
The two records will naturally be vastly different as we go about comparing them. Conflicts and disputes will inevitably arise, at least for a time. So if necessary, we'll bring in third parties for objective views and counsel. We never overcome our past without first looking it straight in the eye. We're constantly examining, comparing and researching records. I already know of someone who would gladly take on the task.
We again.
I truly believe Trinity will be able to overcome all the turmoil. With Trinity, I know it's not that fragile. But I do expect many political issues and depths to surface in the process. But in a way, that kind of thing is exactly Tea Party's whole specialty. Would you say?
Yeah, I mean... Okay, I want these. Good. Okay, well, let's continue. ...
It's simply the nature of politics. It is the process of giving up something of yours in order to gain something someone else has that you need. And even as you repeat those compromises and changes, it's never let go of the one core value you wish to protect. The first compromise, as trade, is surprisingly easy. The second one that many people stumble on. Before they know it, they forget who they are, what they were striving for. So what is it that you want to protect, Nagisa? I want Trinity to become the finest academy there ever was. I want attending Trinity to be a badge of honor and pride. Years from now, when students look back on their school days at Trinity, they will remember them fondly. It's truly precious, irreplaceable time. So some things on the TV. Yeah, not all. There were like some in the what's called Millennium crowd, the Millennium Sports Festival crowd. Then there was like Trinity Classroom, like with like some students there, it's like CGs, and then like Justice Task Force. It's like not the black-haired mob with faces, but they're also like students of different hair colors and like different looking students, but like all similar looking or less same looking. I want every experience they have here to be small, but cherished treasure helps them grow into better people. Of course, we still have a very long way to go. If possible, I'd also like to earn that kind of experience for myself. In order to make my dream a reality, I have to see the world around us with much more discerning, unclouded vision. You know, I did learn all of this from you, Sensei. Music stopped. Hey, Nagisa. Yes? What back then? I'm sorry. What? For not trusting you. And for being so hard on you. It was like about volume 3. About like how she wants to make the makeup club fail. So there was like kind of like, you know, trash talking her. You are like a devil, consumed by like evil. I will never let that pass. I will make the makeup work club not fail and let them succeed. And you cannot stop me, or something like that. She was like constantly trying to sabotage. And this skyrocketed like dramatically, like ramps up to like a really big upload. So you know, it was like really well set up. You know, was our peak volume. There's still some mistakes, some flaws, but it was so peak at the time. And yeah, and here Sensei like apologized for being so harsh. It was all my fault. I never should have said those things. Sensei? Why are you saying this now? Out of nowhere. Because if you don't say it now, you thought you might never come clean about it? No, please. You don't have to bow like that. Huh? Something dropped. Tears maybe? Or did she spill the tea? I'm sorry, Sensei, No, your action's perfectly normal, Nagisa. I'm the one at fault. Please let me apologize properly this time. I really do need to hurry up and become a proper adult for you all. I'm sorry for being so lacking as a teacher. Sensei. I'm sorry, but will you please turn around for a moment? Okay, I can turn you around. What I got to do? Gonna bitch slap me? I turned my back to Nagisa just as she asked. I stayed like that for a while. And I felt the lightest weight rest very gently on my back. Oh, a hug? Why? It was so hard. I'm sorry. All this time, really, truly. I know. I thought about it over and over. accept full responsibility for what happened. No. But still, I kept wondering why your standards seemed so much harsher for me than for anyone else. I know the T-body host, strict standards are given, especially even when it came to Hifumi Koharu. I now deserved it. And so... Oh, she breaks up. Oh, Nagisa sent from on my backline again and again, and as if trying to express how much she'd been hurting all this time. It was as harmless as a child's little fist, yet somehow it hurt even more. Feeling a little better? Yes. He's standing, she's not here with a tea party, a tea thing, with like macarons and stuff. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. I'm really sorry. Please don't keep blaming yourself, Sensei. If you keep doing that, I'll start to... Why don't we do this instead, Sensei? On both of us. Be a little bit careful. We endeavor to not bring that incident up again, unless the station demands it. To mark that promise and see it, how about a toast or some tea? Thank you, Nagisa. Think nothing of it. Alright then. Cheers! Cheers! Ding, oh yeah. It's nice. Of course it should. Oh, now that I think of it, there was one last thing about the recent incident you want to tell me, wasn't there? Something of a flashback. What I told Subaru about was shattered from my memory. I told Nagisa about the so-called collective will of the part of Sanctus factions right after the Eden Treaty incident. We gotta fire them! We gotta fire them! And give them hell! And then undo that action! Make Arius include. Or something like that, maybe? Nagisa? Huh? I see. I finally understand. I can more or less surmise who those two are, and submit a report to me on the matter as well. Truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Sensei. You've brought me some very valuable information today. So they fought the real villains. There was not really an antagonist of Subaru. We never had like anything to like blame for, but now we have. But the thing is like, it felt like so random. It just appeared in a flashback, you know, and then yeah. Some NPCs, some faces NPC. It doesn't really feel that like so. It doesn't really feel rewarding, but they need to do this. So they assured you that they would take care of all of it, and handle things as they pleased. They've added the parts of the report to bolster their fabrications. Nagisa? Oh, worry not, Sensei. This will be settled smoothly and quiet. Really. Truly. Tony. In fact, if I do my job correctly, you'll never even hear of this again. All you need to manipulate the narrative is pretext. Is the timing? For example, one could say this little act of deception occurred because the authority of each faction's activity representative were apparently damaged. Of course, restoring things to the way they were before will be extremely difficult, particularly when it comes to making their position. However, it will take a little to circulate the intended memo. Many are recommending promotion at the least. Nagisa still such sheer who as she plotted. I hadn't felt that kind of sheer terror before. And then Sensei, why don't we stop here with the heavy headache-induced topics? For the remaining hour or so, could you join me for a private tea time, just two of us? For the remaining hour? Huh? And so? I don't mind, but... Why all of a sudden? Because... like some of those remarks you made, Sensei. A subtle distance that exists between you and me. for the many little things I created in the distance. All of those things, I believe that I would like to be compensated for. Hey, we agreed not to talk about that! Oh my. Specify which remarks exactly? This is what you want from the beginning, Nagisa! And if it was? What will you do, Sensei? Oh. What? Do you dislike me that much? This really is what you want from the beginning, Nagisa! Yes, it was. In a way, is this also a form of politics? Okay, yeah, just like showing her off. Admitting that I'd fallen perfectly into a trap, I was just about to give Nagisa's spoil demands when Mika came. Yeah, Nagi, what you up to? Seiya also. Mika? Seiya? Wow, Sensei? I didn't know. I would have gotten ready a little if I knew you were gonna be here. Uh-huh. Yeah, I was simply following a feeling of sorts. It's something fun, or perhaps important would have me here. And drop by unannounced. But yet it would seem my intuition was correct. Sensei, what do we do? There are things I especially don't want Mika to know about. Relax, Nagisa. We've already moved on from the topic. Ah, it's correct. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you, you two. Sensei paid us an unexpected visit. Oh, really? Oh, that makes sense. Of course, Nagi would still manage to get things set up. Good job. Still, I'd have preferred if you would have given me a heads up. Nagisa's sweet important look may not have been quite as subtle as she thought. Hello. Evie? Hello, welcome to the stream. Reading here, Vol.6, Ch.3, Episode 8. Welcome. I'm about to conclude it, I think. It's like not much left, but cool that you said hello. Yeah, you're right. I probably should have. It's just suddenly really want to see Mika, so I thought I'd surprise her. What? Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that. Sensei, you're too much. You truly are a grievously sinful person, Sensei. I didn't do anything. I understand. I was just doing my best. The world would be a wonderful place if intent and impact were always aligned. Well then, since things turned out this way, shall we all have a long overdue tea time together? Especially since Sensei's here with us. Yeah, I'm all for it. Huh? What to think of it? Is this our first tea time with all the three of us, plus Sensei? Or have we ever? Maybe my memory's getting worse. Everything so fuzzy. What do I do, Sensei? You're not quite at that point yet, Mika. What matters is that we are all here together. Now. Of course, to you it might feel like almost everything in the world is always fresh and new. Seiya? You just turned around and told me my memory's up there. That's straight to my face, didn't you? I'm relieved. If your memory's in danger, at least your instincts are still sharp. You keep twisting people's words like they're people that not put up with it anymore in one day. That remains to be seen, doesn't it? More importantly, how would I know? Can't see the future anymore. You like Volume 3 so far, and some angry. Volume 3? Volume 3 is like eaten with like Trinity, right? So like make up work club, try to study, and treaty and so
I'm here at volume 6 currently. If you ask me about volume 3, not what I'm currently doing here, I mean, volume 3 is cool. It's the best, it's like one of the best volumes. Maybe the best. Regarding volume 6, you didn't ask me that, but I think for me it's like whatever. Like there's that, like the issue of like, hey, what do we do with Arius, you know, so yeah. I saw T-Body dot was ending of volume 3. I mean you can read, right? Like the stream title. Whatever, yeah. I still have to read volume 6, yeah. Then, if you don't want to get spoiled, you know, I just want to say hello. Cool, you know, we can leave for now and maybe like come back to this if you're like at this point. You can like look it up at YouTube, my YouTube channel, you know. There's still an archive of like my past live streams, since Twitch doesn't archive it, so. So we're like here at Body. Nagisa and Sensei had like a private alone time, you know, talking about things that Sensei was like harsh on about Nagisa, you know, like I will make up work club succeed, you know, you're a devil, whatever. And while she was about to have an alone time with Sensei, Nagisa and like Mika and Seiya came within and then they have a tea time together. Something like that. Yeah, I'll run away now. I don't want spoiler. Have fun reading them. Alright, bye bye.
Mika? Seiya, remember Sensei's present at the moment. Indeed, conflict between two people. Not something that can be easily resolved, yeah. I'm terribly sorry, Sensei.
There's like the next one, exam prep, or it's like a lot of like afterwards thought stuff. No, it's Konoka.
How you doing, Sari? How's life been treating you?
Thanks for your concern. I've been doing well. Deputy Director Konoka wants it.
Oh, from all those stiff titles, just call me Konoka. You're older than me anyway, aren't you? Even in the same grade.
Understood, Konoka. I've been assigned to now. Is there a reason I've been called to the interrogation room?
Nah, not really. I just want to see how you're doing. You're kinda famous within Valkyrie, right?
Is that so? I don't think one should want to be famous, you know, at Valkyrie.
Still better than being famous all across Kyattos, right?
That's true. It's strange for me to be the one saying this, but that sounds rather rough.
Alright. It's like that cleared out the awkward air. So let's get to the point. You girls are the Arius squad, right? I'm here to update you on the official notice for the Arius squad that just released.
I presume that would be our sentencing.
Yeah, something like that.
Our sentence was already finalized on formal trial. Have they discovered some additional crime? Regardless, I'm prepared to accept it.
You really are something, Sari. Most people react the exact opposite way, you know.
Is that so? I suppose people consider Arius to be the opposite of normal.
Yeah. The General Student Council's also relieved they finally nailed down the location of the Arius satellite school. Ah, that part's not that important though.
If it's about my school, it's all important to me. Like it or not, it's where I come from. Even though it's known for producing some of the worst terrorists, I won't try to deny that fact. I never move forward unless I accept my own mistakes.
That's a nice way of putting it. And on that note, do you regret it?
Regret the terrorist attack?
What else would I be?
Uh-huh.
Huh? Why are you laughing?
Oh, my apologies. I wasn't trying to laugh at you, Konoka. Or at Valkyrie. Or even at Trinity. It's just... This reminds me of a conversation I had with someone long ago. They asked if I regretted it. The answer is simple. I've regretted it every day since it happened.
An immature stupid rookie, huh?
Yes, a rookie that's part of my past now. And a past an undeniable part of who I am.
Alrighty then, just as I thought.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing important. Still, there are some things I'm supposed to say. Tradition, procedure, all that. Congratulations, Sari, and to the Arius squad as well. Pack your things, you're being released on parole.
They just get a slap on the wrist and that's it. What? I'm not sure I understand, Konoka. Is this some kind of joke?
To be fair, I did figure your action would be something like that. I explained, so try to keep up. The crimes and sentences of Arius squad still stand, but you've been given a suspended sentence.
A suspended sentence? But terrorists don't get suspended sentences.
Yeah, I mean that's true. And honestly, the stuff you all did, blowing up buildings, setting off explosions, so on and so forth, they're pretty far for the course here. Which is why construction is one of Kivada's top industries.
Right.
So when it comes to crimes in Kivadas, what we care about most is tend to kill, malice, things like that.
That's how they ruled. They're students. Those are all kids. They relegate like that. Is that so? It's the first I've heard of that standard. And if that's the case, then all the more.
Yes, that technically involve both of those. You admit to that much yourselves? But you know, from what I've seen, you've already reflected on what you did.
Huh?
Last you even turned yourself in, didn't you? So, of all prominent children waltzing in asking to be arrested. It was the first time I've seen that since I became deputy director. Students who can reflect on their own mistakes and seek out punishment, maybe Kivada's future isn't as darn hopeless as I thought.
Thank you. Not really my place to say this. Is this a very sloppy procedure?
Yeah, it is! It is! What you guys are doing? At least give them like some work to do. Or maybe head like SRT, I don't know. Do some volunteer work or so. Like farming cabbages.
And above all, the ones who suffered at your hands the most were the end Sensei teammates. We got a mountain of petitions from them. From Gander even. Oh, this one was kinda funny, so I pass it along.
That's Gander.
Hina?
Right. That happened. Those kind of injuries didn't faze me, but I was angry since I was caught in the crossfire. But even on that note, Sensei personally asked me to forgive you. For their sake, nothing else, so I suppose that's the only comment I have on that topic. So all that's left is covering Makoto's hairstyling expenses. That's it. None of it is of any importance anymore. Just like that?
Seems like it. Anyway, given how things have turned out, you don't really have a reason not to show some leniency. Valkyrie is an academy primarily meant for guidance and rehabilitation. And the maintenance costs for the corrections bureau aren't exactly cheap either. Above all, they said they'd take responsibility for you, so don't go disappointing them. Okay?
Understood. I'll keep that firmly in mind.
Just to clarify, a suspended sentence doesn't mean you're innocent. If you cause trouble during your parole, no choice but to hit you with a harsher punishment.
Right, understood. If you cause any trouble, you can shatter my halo.
Hey, you can't just drop that. You can't just drop that out of nowhere. Jeez, your Arius kids are scary.
Sorry. Saudi is like willing to like this accept death if she does something wrong again. So we're really out on parole.
Yes. Given that, why don't you go get ready for your exams?
Right, exams.
Oh, this was like a kyatto. But they have here for me.
Welcome. Hi everyone. So, this classroom might not be as up to date one out there, but let's put all into studying.
The plane's coming by, give me a moment. Okay, let's continue.
But let's put all into studying and ace the mock exams together. Wow, this classroom's amazing. A place like this, it could really get into studying. What?
Yeah, understand your actions. Compared to the types of classrooms we come from, it's only natural.
Right, that's true.
Thank you, Ifimi, and everyone else. I'm grateful to all of you for helping with their mental lessons.
Oh, there's Hanako and Kwara too.
Oh, think nothing of it. We're happy we can help you and Sensei.
Not matching our school or club needs is harder than I thought. I let my guard down even a little. I feel like I'll just blurt it out.
It's the same for me too.
There's Maya.
Oh, it's been a while, Atsuza.
Yeah, long time no see, Maya.
I hope what I'm able to say is acceptable to you.
Really, I feel happy to see you.
You sure haven't changed. I'm glad you look like you've been well.
Yeah. Everyone can find a way to live happily. Only need to make it happen.
So, if there's anything I can help you with,
I'd like you to tell me.
Then, could you take our exam for us?
I can't do that.
And this is Koharu, right? The elite one. You've got a good eye? That's right, I'm the great. Anyways, I consider one of the elite, so you can count on me? Then, how do you solve this problem? Huh?
She has this cat ear expression again. Cat eyes expression.
Huh?
I need know how to do this one.
But I remember right now. You remember taking notes. So, you see, this is... Yes? It's on the test, so you don't need to worry about it. Huh? Really? You shouldn't think like that, Kare. The point of studying isn't just to memorize things to do well on a test. In that case, would it be that you've been studying for a special test yourself? Haven't you? Yeah! What are you talking about? It's totally you're purposely misunderstanding everything! Are we now? Well, importantly, it's true that this type of problem is not an exam. However, you won't be able to understand the concepts without mastering it first. So how about we approach it like this? Look here. Urawa Hanako. She really is exceptional. Oh, this quad is here too. So exceptional, it's impossible to predict. I wonder if there's anything Hanako doesn't know? I don't know everything, you know? I can only know what I know. Oh, you hear that? I'm so sorry! Ah! Don't worry yourself or something like that. Tsuchinaga Hiyari, correct? They call you Hiyari? Huh? Yes. Yes. It's an honor. And this young lady. You're Hakari Atsuko, yes? My. Yes, Hanako. Huh? Oh, they feel connected? She's one of us. She's of the same wood. If you're a stat user, you know if the other one's a stat user. It seems I've met someone interesting. I'm sure I'll be counting on you for many different things from now on, Atsuko. I have the same feeling. I'll be in your hands, Hanako. My. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Because there was like the thing about Atsuko, like, hey, how our babies are made, you know, a little bit mischievous, and Hanako is like, especially like teasing and mischievous, so it works. What's going on, Atsuko? Did you know Urawa Hanako before it as well? Not at all, Sachan. I just got a feeling. Like, I met a kindred spirit. And I do believe she felt the same way. What is going on right now? Let's leave it for me to know. I totally don't get it, but okay. Then back to studying, everyone. Let's leave it to a professional, shall we? You can count on me. Here's Subaru. Asking about the Momo friends, sir. By the way, what are these weird fluffy things here for me? Ah! These are... Yeah, there's a picture of the Momo friends. Prizes! Momo friends for students who get good grades? We are back to this. Momo friends. Yes, not everyone lost them, but they have a really loyal fan base and it's been trending more and more lately. Not everyone lost them. We've come so far. Momo friends are the best. I personally love Skullman. These rewards will motivate every single student here. Why would they do that? Oh, because in our supplemental classes, they were really effective. Eh? Is this some kind of mysterious ancient phenomenon at work here too? Huh? No, nothing like that. They are just really cute, so people work extra hard because they want to earn one. Exactly. What more reason do you need? There must be something strange in the water here. Suza's tastes have grown weird. So we honestly weren't really good at studying at first either. But studying is more about building systems. You keep repeating and practicing them. You'll definitely be able to raise your score. And besides, even someone as average and unmiraculous as me was able to pass the supplemental classes. Atsusa? Yes, Maya? Is Sifumi really average? From what I've observed, there are two kinds of average. One is the average you could claim for yourself. The other is the average seen by others. Which one is Sifumi? No comment. That answer says a lot though.
So they have like a studying session. That's basically an episode. Arius. Work club and Arius.
Memorize it, you stupid brain! Why can't you just learn? I think I just realized a huge truth about this exam season thing. What's that? It's a time when everything besides studying suddenly sounds really fun. Oh, my motivation to study is burning up!
An A and B here. Really?
Yep, it burned so hot it turned to ash. Sensei, I think I've come down with something. Can I take a break?
What exactly?
An illness that makes it hurt when I study.
Oh no! The only cure is to study until you feel better.
You're a monster!
Of course. All teachers are during exam season.
Oh, this problem is amazing!
See, what could be honestly so amazing about it? Okay, student A and B, D.
I'm serious, it's so good, I don't even want to solve it, so I don't ruin it.
All the studying made her lose it. And so, as everyone's efforts, flailing, desperation, and screams all got steered together into a chaotic mess. Day in, day out, the Arius students diligently prepare for their very first exam. Next episode, easier for those who don't. Okay, it was studying session. We like saw the chemistry between like makeup work club and like Arius students, NPCs, Subaru, Maya, and the squad. We saw like the chemistry of that. Nothing special. Sensei was there too, but that's not really important. So this is like episode 9? No, episode 10. Mock exam day. Ah yes, of course. So, they're here at the gates, like where all the shoe lockers are. Arius students.
Where?
Student A?
I don't have anything to back it up. But I suddenly feel really confident that everything's going to be okay. Again, I've done nothing to warrant feeling this way.
Here's student B.
You didn't study at all, did you?
Student C.
So I was thinking.
Student D. C.
Textbooks are books that are made to teach students well, right?
D. Right. D.
And as far as I can tell, our textbook sucks. It didn't teach me anything.
D.
Wow, I've literally never heard that kind of logic before. That good luck on the test. You two. You're exactly one more question wrong than me. So it just cursed me.
Between C and D.
Alright, did everyone study hard? Ah, Sensei! Sensei!
Those are like A and B.
What should you do when you feel like you're gonna pop a test? That's just the beginning. You haven't even started yet. Just wait until you walk inside and sit at your desk. Suddenly, everything you studied will start to go blurry.
C.
Wow, I feel 1,000 times worse. Anyway, do your best everyone. Okay. Hi, Sensei. Nice to see you. You came out here to meet us?
You're such a worrywart. You think we are going to run away at this point? Went through too much trouble to get here. The sensei not here purely to cheer us on.
Oh, I mean, I thought Misaki was just saying that to be Misaki.
I see. I apologize, Misaki. Seriously, I wasn't. Whatever.
Well then, you should be off, Sensei. I'll do my very best.
So here's Subaru and like Mayatu.
Hello, Sensei. Hi, Sensei. Did you not have to work today?
Today, this is my work. My job is to proctor and cheer.
I see.
Oh? You want to know how I feel about taking the Arius mock exam? Honestly, I can't sit play the idea sits well with me yet. But all of the Arius kids wanted to try again. I've decided to put my trust in them. You as well, Sensei. Thank you, Subaru. What? Why? Was that uncalled for? Thank you for trusting me. Yeah, she blushing. Well, that isn't anything to... Huh? You're anxious and unsure when your students don't trust what you're doing? I wasn't expecting such an honest answer. They're trying to build like Sensei's character.
Does that mean I'm helping you too, Sensei?
Yes, absolutely. Good girl. I'm very proud of you. I patted Maya on the head.
That feels nice. Thank you, Sensei.
Subaru looking at that. Me too. I never expected that, but yeah, sure.
Subaru, let's go, it's already time.
Oh. Okay. Look at this guy. I wonder if the training exam has started yet. If there's one good thing about being an adult, it's that I don't have to take mock exams anymore. Silly thoughts. Yeah, this is a good thing. I remember like last time I did like an exam and it's good. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can just like apply for work and all money. But if I want like to go to university and like potentially a better future of like my job career, then yeah, I have to take it again. You can do that at any age. I kind of like think about what can I do for the future. Like for them, they're young, there's like enough to do. But yeah, when you're like in your 20s, yeah, or 30s even, 40s. Oh yeah, but if you're in the 20s, then you're still young, you still have like things to do. I spent some time getting work done at a nearby cafe while I waited for the exam to end. I have like the guess that Sensei is like in their 20s or so. Pong, ping pong. Ping pong. Are they done? It's really actually over. Oh, it's in A here. Then B.
So how was it?
So here's C and D. They have no words. Okay now. It was a complete disaster. A.
Hey, they haven't been graded yet.
You know, sometimes you just know. B.
Honestly, same.
My sister in arms. B.
Welcome back, everyone. Sensei?
Sensei! I'm positive I totally bombed the test. B.
It doesn't matter right now. We have to uphold the long-held tradition to complete our exams.
What's that?
Like to celebrate the end of exam season? Yes, that's right. The post-exam party. We'll eat delicious food and have a great time. A tradition that we must never let die out. Wow, there are amazing traditions like that? Exams aren't so bad after all. Wait, let's not forget how brutal all that studying was. That quickly. That's done with, isn't it? Once their pain's over, it's not pain anymore. That's the Arius way. Right. Can you buy us something delicious, please, Sensei? Invite everyone. Don't worry about our fate. Also, please keep my poor one in mind at least. Okay. And just like that, the very first exam and after party came to a peaceful, happy close. Is it really all? They shoved like the hatred of Arius light to the side now. So, well, I will summarize later. Then a cafe. Hello, Subaru. Maya, please sit. Hello, Atsuko. Hello, Princess Atsuko. I'm not a princess anymore, so there's no need for the title. Did we agree to be friendly with each other? We did. It's just... Okay. Atsuko. Hello, Atsuko. Thank you. I appreciate it. So what did you want to talk about, Atsuko? The exam went well, right? I heard that there's a common post-exam activities outside world. There's let's for Ostromix. The cafe's pecan pie is supposedly very famous. Okay, thank you very much. So how did both of you feel about exam? I think I answered everything to the best of my ability. I answered everything I knew as well. But to be honest with you, there's a lot more I didn't know when I did. What about you, Subaru? It was my first time taking a mock exam. The third year questions felt a bit heavy for me. That's all. Since just a mock exam, it's only meant to be a personal benchmark of sorts. There aren't any punishments for a mock exam either, so it doesn't matter what your results are. Huh? The real exams have punishments? If you do too poorly, you need to take supplemental classes. If your grades don't improve, you could be held back a year, or be barred from graduating. Ah, so that's what punishments are? Yeah, you waste time. Yes, these are the ways in a much kinder world. What are your plans for the squad from here on out, Atsuko? Assume you'll be curious. The Arius squad intends to address the responsibilities it's been neglecting until now. And how does it plan on doing that? Until the next Arius Student Council is officially elected, the Arius squad intends to function as an acting student council. The Arius squad will act as the Arius Student Council, but then it would make our school just like other schools. Would that mean that after hundreds and hundreds of years the Arius Satellite School is going to get back to normal? I'll do all I can to ensure that happens. Yes, I have to as Arius Acting Student Council President. Student Council President? Easy. You're getting a little loud, Maya. Ah, sorry. Objectively, based on what few traditions Arius still has, it couldn't be anyone but you. Okay, what does everyone else intend on doing? Misaki will be treasurer. You complain, of course. You really want to work me to the bone, don't you? Fine, if you really have no one better. When Misaki speak, that means I'm doing anyway, so I might as well do my best. What on earth is Misaki speak? Well, it's a language where you simply flip about half of what she says. Don't say that to her face though. She be quite enraged with you. And Sari will be vice president and general manager as well. I can follow the logic. For management, she proposed this policy. Everyone should work part-time jobs whenever they are able. What? Why? He said it's because you'll learn about society quickly, and some pocket money to help with the Arius rebuilding efforts. Scams are a concern. She's directed everyone to get contracts approved by her before they say anything. She rather sheepishly explained that she's undergone a lot of trial and error in that field. So she's just making everyone follow her blueprint. People learn based on experience, after all. Also? We're starting to get the groundwork laid down. If we start getting club applications, we need to advocate them based on budget and feasibility. It'll have to be on a case basis when the time comes. Less logistics, more of my personal wishes. I could not score. We're not in a position to be putting ourselves or our wants first anymore. It's a request from my student council president. Well, there's little justification of them, so you may ignore this thought entirely. It crossed my mind. What if we made ourselves uniforms? Something pretty and cute. Thank you, Sachin. That's exactly what I want to do here. Oh yeah. Sorry. I'll elaborate when the time is right. Oh, sure, fine by me. And Hiyori? Hiyori is a secretary? So a secretary also acting as a record keeper, that's... Yeah, she cried a bit when she first realized. Then she pulled herself together and got fired up about doing her best. Hiyori always does great things when she's motivated too. So I was very happy. I don't really know why, but it makes me happy too. Hiyori is just really kind. As long as it makes you happy. Oh, and there's something I want to ask of Nikomedia's troop as well. Us? What is it? I'd like you to take on the role of Arius' disciplinary team. Disciplinary team? Yeah. Autonomous force in charge of public order, morals and discipline. For this I really don't think I can ask anyone but you, Sabara. And if I say no? Are you really gonna be that way? Sabara? You have always been a crafty one, Atsuko. Have I? I suppose I am the student council president, even if just for now. Yeah, well, exactly as it should. Handling personal matters as smoothly is a talent in itself. So what's your big plan, Atsuko? I want to turn Arius into a wonderful school. And we're on the same page there. Yeah, I figure any students of Arius will say the same. You're not wrong. Not enough super of work to do though, isn't there? I know. I run out that way again. I said that as many times as you need. Are you confident in our abilities? Be frank, no. I'm not. That's why I need help. Joining hands just means it's here for one person to pull down on. Lava. Well, it's easier to put each other back up if one of us falls. There's no way of knowing the future, so I don't want to dwell on the worst case scenarios. Isn't that just unfounded optimism? You could see it that way, but I rather call it activism. I know the word has its own definition. Strictly speaking, I've been using to convey that what matters is to take action in the here and now, the moment I'm currently standing in. I don't believe I can do that while at least pretending we harbor some vague, easy hope for our future. So wordy! It's so wordy! So much to read! Together we can. Understood. If that's how you feel, then I'll do my best to support you. We really don't know what will happen next, or what's coming our way. And we would have thought we'd end up taking some mock exam. I admit, even I was caught off guard by that. Come to think of it, I've heard a really nice captain from Trinity. Mina? Right, we'll talk about her too. Yeah, I heard she was bedridden for a while after the incident at Arius. She was, however. There's nothing to worry about. She's recovered completely. Really? That's great to hear. She was unable to study for a few days, but it sounds like it won't have much impact on her mock exam results. I see, I guess that's a relief at least. Yeah. The truth is that Damina essentially sealed the power of the 4 angels of revelation inside herself. What? That's what actually happened? Yes, just before she passed out. She defeated 4 of the angels, if you recall. Actually stymied? What does it mean? Ah, okay. Stymied. Action stymied the 7 angels, only chance to harmonize unleash all their full power. Ah. Mina endured the power of all 4 angels by sheer will? What's wrong, Subaru? No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to raise my voice, I was just so... Subaru seemed like 1 angel. It would seem that Mina awoke at almost the exact moment you were defeated as the final angel. I could barely handle just 1. The mentality strength are out of this world. Maybe that's what you call conviction, or integrity. No matter what happens, no matter what comes at her, even knowing that it may end in tragedy, she endures and presses forward regardless. That part of her really is incredible. It is. That said, there's one thing I just can't wrap my head around. What is it? If she's trying to help people, why does she leave them in such a wreck? He puts on the mask. Atsuko? You're pulling out your mask? Seriously? No one can hear you when you wear that thing. Flick flick whoosh. Hand signs? I don't know sign language, and you know that. No, she runs away. Are you running away again? Hakari Atsuko! But she still made sure to pay in advance. Subaru, I just realized something. Making yourself an escape route in case of emergency is super important. That's not something you should try to learn. Better yet, just learn to not put yourself in a situation where you would need one. Oh, they are the construction NPCs. Oh, Sensei. Welcome. Oh, the buildings can be restored. Cool. Hi, Atsuko. Hi, everyone. How's the restoration work going? As you can see, this is currently the only place that's been fully restored. It's the starting point. From here on outwards, we want to create a new Arius, 1 building at a time. Okay, I'm looking forward to Arius in the lessons, the Arius area. Suppose. It's only like about gameplay stuff. Not really like about lore and story much. I mean, this thing got resolved, but personally I think like it's like one of the weaker volumes. You don't get really like that hooked, you know. There are not many stakes. I mean, you don't really need to have them. But depends like on how the pacing, the direction is, and pacing slow, the direction, oh well, or whatever. And getting my pyroxenes, I will take it. I mean, no one wants to go to a school that looks abandoned. And someday we have to accept new students chances again. Do you really think anyone would really want to come here? Apparently some people are interested. They're interested in the particular set of skills that is most widely associated with our school. Should we let that kind of stuff just fade to nothingness?
No matter when or where, there always be people who idolize power. People like those won't last long here anyways. That reminds me, how did everyone do an exam?
Let me think. Out of 10 ranks, I was number 2. For my first try at taking a test, I believe that should be acceptable.
Then who was number 1? Rank 3. Misaki here. Literature really is a hopeless nonlinear.
I was rank 4! Wow.
It's okay, Yori, it's okay. Rank 4 still good, really good. Kindness can come across as pity at times like these. You can just do better next time. Oratorio report complete. Oh, Sensei, are you here?
Hello Sensei. Welcome to Arius. More importantly, what brings you here? You came here because the mock exam results are also out?
Sorry, Sensei. I only got rank 4.
Rank 4? You too? Yori? You too?
This will be me rank 4, buddies! Yeah, buddies!
Will you try even harder next time? Yeah, I put in double the work.
The tears are connecting us. By the way. Yes. You don't have anything you want to tell me, Subaru? I mean, I'm sure that's why you came all this way. You place 5th? Yes. How about we put more time into studying from here on out? Okay. Yeah, there's a live 2D of Subaru while it's getting dusk or dawn. Twilight, yeah. Oh, it's voiced. You can hear that. I think it's loud enough. Seriously, so much has happened.
今振り返ると全てが夢だったんじゃないかと思うほどですが
Looking back, it all feels like it was all just a dream. 全ての夢、真顔のこと。
でも全てのことに改めて感謝の気持ちを伝えたいと思っています。
I wanted to thank you for all that you've done.
これだけは私の本心です。
That at least I can promise is sincere. Oh, she got a nice voice. Oh, a smile. Kawaii. This I want to smile. Well, if you look at the description, she's like a loving, caring mother. Or something like that. Oh, you mean my crates? Oh. This might sound a bit like I'm bragging, but it's all thanks to you regardless, Sensei. I placed first. Pling! Thank you, Sensei. Oh, it's on a smile. You really are the greatest thing that has happened to my life. Oh, my heart! Absolute bliss. Finn. I'm hating it, but it's done. Finn. Yeah. So that's it. To summarize this chapter here, or this episode, is happy ending. Arius reserved, served like at like a well-deserved post-exam party. So they were at a cafe eating like some nice cake, some nice kind of beverages also. And then it was like about rebuilding Arius, you know, that they wanted to be a nice school. Something like that. And then we had like about the exam results as well, and yeah, and it seems like that the squads especially were like able to find happiness, like thanks to Sensei. And now like with Subaru, Maya, and like the rest of the Arius students, there's a better future like in the future, there's a better future waiting for them. What did I think about this volume? It's like one of the weakest, but one of the important ones as well. Regarding like what will happen with them. Like, Arius Squad is like no longer chased anymore. They accepted the sins. They are on parole also. Like if they do something bad again, then there will be heavier punishment for them. But because they came like here, be like, hey, please arrest us, you know. It seems like, yeah, they have regrets, they can see that they need punishment, so Valkyrie was like, okay, we're going to let her free. It's like pretty lax. It showed like about the ruling system Valkyrie as well, you know, like, that also costs money to maintain such. It's a little bit of like, hints of like world building in here and there. Like this was mostly like world building, like this here, even though the thing is like, Trumpeters and like that's bring the end of the world that kind of came out of nowhere, because when someone's trying to change Arius or so, those Trumpeters are supposed to come. But in Volume 3 we had also the invasion of like Sensei, you know, we have the invasion of like Trinity, Remedial Knights, Justice Task Force, Sisterhood, you know, and in this instance there, even like when Mika had like a 1v1 fight against like Sari, or like 1v all versus the St. Justina Council, those Trumpeters didn't appear, you know. So there's a little bit of there's like a plot hole there pretty much, I must like say. But other than that, it's like okay. It's like nothing amazing, but it's okay. Like 6 or 7 out of 10. In any case, this has been all for today. I'm glad this like was not so much this time, like 10 episodes, but yeah. In any case, thank you all for watching. Have a nice rest of the day, evening, good night, whatever time of the world you are. And with that, I'm gonna say bye bye.